Like a fucking way! You bitch!
Mother. Oh!
Oh! Oh! It's fucking gun! It's fucking gun! It's fucking gun!
He cooked him! He cooked him!
I completely agree with you. Look, you know, he knows the art of a deal. He's a professional businessman. Let's sit back, see what happens. We're all very much watching in anticipation. Now, Army, the left-wing media, they're having a total freak out, no surprises, over Donald Trump's crime response in Washington, D.C., but some Liberals are actually backing it. Have a listen to CNN commentator Essie Cupp, who is actually a frequent critic of Trump.
The numbers can be what they are, but also people don't feel that way. And when it comes to two things, crime and the economy, feelings don't really care about your facts. And I can't tell you how profoundly stupid it is for Democrats to get up with their facts and their figures and their charts and their graphs and say, look, you're safe. Can't you read this chart, idiots? Why are you complaining? I'm showing you right here how safe you are, so shut up and move along.
And Joe Scarborough on MSNBC, he also backed it. Army, have these Liberals finally come to their senses, do you think?
No, not at all. Yeah, you give them too much credit. Yeah, of course, there are a couple of examples of them, but overall, you continue to see this freak out across major media for this. Look, Danica, I don't know if you know, but in America, our states have state mottos on license plates, right? My favorite one is New Hampshire, live free or die. And my very close number two is DC. On their license plate says taxation without representation. Love it. Look, but it does speak to the issue we're talking about. DC, like I'm a believer. Generally, I tend to err for state rights over federal rights, right? That's just kind of the way I'm built, the way I look at the Constitution and how this U.S. Country has been built. But here's the thing, DC is not a state. Constitutionally speaking, it's a District of Columbia. It doesn't have a vote. That's the way it is under the purview of the federal government. So Donald Trump is well within his rights to take this action in Washington, D.C. Now that's legally, but should he? Look, D.C. is a problem. Like, I know that the media is trying to contort themselves into trying to twist the numbers and say there's no problem. Anyone who's been in D.C. knows, just from the eye test, there is a significant problem in Washington, D.C., just anecdotally. But even if you take their statistics on face value, and by the way, I don't necessarily do that because there's a lot of controversy on crime statistics in big blue cities where they actually reclassify crime as lower crimes. They don't count as the heavy crimes. But even if you took their numbers on face value, yes, there's been a bit of a dip. But today, we're talking about a city that has twice the homicide death of Bogota, Colombia, which I was there a couple of months ago. It is a horrific, terrible city. Twice the murder rate. And by the way, it has 5 times the murder rate of the US in general. So there's obviously a problem there that has to be dealt with. The media refuses to acknowledge that, because then you get into a larger problem of, well, who's committing the crimes, and is this becoming a whole racist thing? Like they're bringing us into, they're trying, like they always do, to use race to hide what they want to do. Look, I think the problem is that it's going to increase the Democrats' motivation to try to make DC a state. Not difficult, but not impossible, which would give them another vote, another senator, another congressman, another 2 senators, another congressman in Congress, which obviously would be a problem. And look, solving crimes, Danica, is not really that difficult. Don't be permissive and prosecute crimes. There, we solved it.